but also rich in multiple people that trying to sell you something.
Oh, yes, they got me.
Of the day. Jasmine, I can't.
At this point, I stopped at so many bars. Relax.
No, I'm not giving her that.
I'm like, you can take it.
Listen.
I was supposed to get an ashtray. That's what was my goal, was to get an ashtray for my mom. I always try to get her ashtrays from like different countries. And I didn't get an ashtray. I don't even know what I got. They just gave me whatever they wanted to give me.
Dog, Jasmine is officially my sucker.
I should have bought it here to show y'all
on travel. Because I kept saying, you don't need it. Let the people be. They'll be fine. They
came all the way from the start to the finish. They came all the way to the boat.
She said,
and that's
my name
where
is
she
Veronica.
got me.
I will see you on your way back.
That's where she got me.
And she did. And she came all the way up to the boat. Like, sticking hand through the boat. Like, Jasmine, look. And I was like, Jasmine, don't look.
And that's not what I bought. I gave her money for something else, and she gave me something else. And I was like, okay. And I think I bought a salt shaker. I don't know. I really don't know.
I didn't even look to see.
I have no idea what it is. I was
sitting there shaking my head like, how did you get got?
And it's crazy. That is the only souvenir I got the whole trip. I had so much fun. I didn't buy anything. And I was like, dang, I would have bought some coffee. I would have like spent time at a shop for souvenirs. And I'm like, the one time I got, I bought a salt shaker.
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Welcome to the second part of our Guatemala episode. Thanks for coming back. And if you are here for the first time, go back. Because this is gonna pick right back up where we left off.
And you're gonna be confusion.
Love it. So we are jumping right back into our Guatemala experience. Yes. Because it was a time.
Guatemala has my heart.
A time was had, and I can't, because it was just so beautiful.
It was. I mean, we literally had a full pack itinerary.
We did.
Every day, even upon arrival, that first day was like jam-packed.
Yeah. So you can go back and hear about where to stay and what to eat and how to get there, all that good stuff. But we are picking up today with things to do.
Yes. Because it was so much to do.
To do.
I did everything that I wanted to do in Guatemala, so I'm very happy about that.
Let's just have a moment, because if you go back, I can't tell you the episode, but one of the episodes, the question of the day was, what destination is on your bucket list in 2024? Obviously, it was an earlier episode of the year, but Jasmine said Guatemala, if I'm not mistaken, or at least I knew it was on your destination.
It was definitely on my list.
And it was El Salvador.
Yes.
It was both of those.
I ideally wanted to do both, but I'm like, Guatemala is where more of the things I want to do are. I just want to do that rainbow slide in El Salvador.
But now the rainbow slide is in a lot more destinations.
I know. I've seen it somewhere else too.
Yeah. So, you could go for it. But if it's the only thing you want to know. Anyways, I was so excited because I knew that she wanted to do this, and I knew it was on her bucket list. And here we were in Guatemala, and she was just such a kid in a candy store.
Literally, I was so happy.
I was so happy for her. And it was, birthday season, the whole thing. So shout out to our girl.
Yes, and shout out to the TFS family for, supporting me on that, because Guatemala is definitely not a destination that you can go to with everyone. I will be the first to tell you that. Mm-hmm. It is certainly, and we talked about this in previous episodes, like vacation versus travel destinations. Guatemala is a traveler's destination.
For sure.
And we are about to tell you why by going through everything that we did in a time frame of 5 days.
Yes.
Well,
we got there. We kicked it off with a walking tour of Guatemala City.
Yes, after our dining experience at Los Tres Tiempos.
That spot. Go back and listen.
We hit the street.
To me, botched my Spanish, trying to get the name of the restaurant. But we did hit the streets, hit the ground running.
Literally.
And I do recommend, even if you're not like staying in Guatemala City, just experiencing the city at least for a day.
Definitely.
If not for multiple days, because we've talked about the different zones and all the different dining experiences that you can have. But the tour was cool because I felt like we got to understand the culture of
Absolutely.
Guatemala a little bit better.
Yeah, and it was such a busy day, and I think
it was a
simply because
Sunday.
it was a Sunday and that everyone was like not working and more people were chilling and stuff. It was such a busy day, like in the actual like city. All the locals were just like having fun, and like it was a really good time to be out and about.
I was gonna say, and it was cool to see that because it wasn't like deserted, so you can actually get the feel, like I said, for the culture, the vibes, the people, the music, the energy of the city on a Sunday. So yes, so we did this walking tour, which great. The tour was great, but that's not what we're about to tell you about because we did the walking tour. That was enjoyable, but our tour guide on this walking tour, bless his heart, Jordan, if you're listening.
Jordan is not listening because he do not have no minute.
He don't have no minutes.
I haven't
Jordan.
heard that in decades. I'm like, Jordan, what are you talking about?
Decades go crazy.
And I was the most patient person because like literally 5 minutes with Jordan, Tosh and Ricky immediately checks out. Like immediately. Where they're like, we're not even with him. Like it literally was me, Jordan, Tosh, Ricky. Like we were like in 2 different tours. And he was rambling. He was on drugs.
Like he just, you could tell that he was
I'm
amped
from
up.
North Philly. I know when's my own.
But he was just amped up on something, whatever. I don't know. It could be an energy drink. Who knows? But
hell of an energy drink.
But I just can't. I couldn't do it. He was such a sweet guy though. But like
He was a sweetie.
I need balance. I need structure. I need So
It was giving very much a Woosah moment.
After a while, I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna take this tour. I'm taking myself to this tour. I hear what you're saying. I hear you, but I can't.
It was rambling. It was just like, because it's a history tour, like, you know, you're telling stories about things. And I was like, you're not good at storytelling, Jordan. Like, you are literally all over the place. Like, it's not even adding up. We don't even understand. We saw some nice stuff, but did we learn anything? I didn't. Because he was just here, there, everywhere with the point.
But I will say, he had us in good picture spots.
Absolutely. Did he take good pictures?
Did he take good pictures? No. So the myth of your tour guides take the best photos, busted.
No, and it's crazy because everywhere else, every other tour guide's amazing with pictures, even throughout the rest of our experience. Thank God we only work with Jordan the first day. I was going to have so much. I was going to chalk a lot of things if we were going to be with Jordan for the duration of the trip.
But he was like, nice guy.
Yeah.
Hopefully he still has a job, but...
Jordan. Oh my God. Jordan.
But Guatemala City, we did get to see
Jordan
through his eyes, and it's a beautiful city. And he told us all about the zones. He helped us understand that.
He took us to
𝗂𝗂𝗂,
which is zone 16.
Yes.
And basically the newest part of the newest addition to Guatemala. Like obviously the landscape's been there, but it's the newly renovated town. And the way he described it was kind of like Greece. It gives a Greece feel. There was a lot of like white buildings, very clean, modern. You can tell that this was very brand new. But it was dope. It was a dope little town, little part of the town.
It really, really was. And to Jasmine's point, because it was like fresh and modern, it also just attracted a certain type of traveler and or resident. Thank you. And you could just feel like, all right, I'm in a good part of town, if you will.
Because there was so many people walking their dogs. I was like, there was a lot of dogs, like just naturally just like out doing their thing. But it was just so many little posh dogs in this area where I was like, okay, this is where the money is. Like it was just all small dogs. Like, and I was like, we saw a bunch of dogs, but not these guys.
Yes.
I was like, they got a couple dollars over here.
Yes, but the area itself, you definitely need to visit. Like I said, I said in previous episode, but if you just want to have drinks or dinner or just shopping,
a lot of shops,
tons of shopping, picture moments. We even saw that they were doing zip line through the park at one point. All types of stuff in this area, and it's very, very walkable. It's to Jordan's point, it does feel like a town or one of the islands in Greece, where you just kind of navigate through the streets, and it's has a colonial feel to it, but it's still modern. It was great and really one of the highlights during our times of just like, walking around the town. So, 𝗘𝗅𝗂𝗂 for sure. And like I said, it being so new, it was like, dang, this is cool. They're still building it. They were still building it while we were there.
He's like, there's Starbucks. I'm like, got you.
Yes, like very much a thing.
Yeah. Nice area.
So that was day one.
Yes.
It was a day.
It was a day.
It was a day. But we made it through.
Yes.
And again, thank you, Jordan, for a multitude of reasons
Shout out
that
to
we
Jordan.
won't even get through.
Yeah.
But a multitude of reasons we do say thank you.
I will tell everyone about you, Jordan.
The stories will carry us through.
Forever. Never forget you.
Oh my goodness. Day 2.
Yes, day 2.
We hit the ground running on this day.
Yeah, we started pretty early this day as well.
Yeah.
We started pretty early most days.
Yeah.
So day 2 was our day that we made our way to
𝗕𝗏𝗂𝗂𝗂. I figured out how to say it.
Okay.
Because it was whooping my tail.
Yeah, because
all
I was
week.
like, I do not. And when we entered, I was like, I'm going to learn how to say this before we leave.
Never did. Yep.
But however, I will get into it later. I know 𝗕𝒂𝒂𝒃, which
Okay.
didn't know about, but now I know.
All right.
So, but 𝗕𝗏𝒂𝒂𝒃 was dope. It was like, so you guys will probably know 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒃. If you know anything about Guatemala from like TikTok, social media, you know it is that gold hand. So it's literally the big hand in the sky, where you get photos and videos. But we also found out that the gold hand is not even at 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒃.
Ciao.
So nobody on the internet said that. Y'all never said that.
And let's jump to that and then we'll come back to 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒃.
Y'all never said that.
How did we have to find this out, guys?
Like,
the girls have been to Guatemala.
Literally going to Guatemala for this gold hand, and y'all telling me is at 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒃. I said, okay, let's go to 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒃. Girl, we spent hours at 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒃. The gold hand is nowhere to be found. And I'm like, this place is big, but I feel like we've explored most of it. So I'm asking, like, guys, where's the gold hand? And they're like, oh, you have to go down to the entrance and then go up and then make a left and then you walk straight and it's 2 miles away.
Whole nother place.
So that is 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒃.
Whole nother place.
𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒃 is another photo nature park next to 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒃, and that is where the gold hand is, the infamous gold hand, and a bunch of other photo opportunities, as well as the bicycles that you can ride, like in a zip-lining way. That is at 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒃. So 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒃 is the more elevated park, I guess, like the higher up things. But 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒃 does have a beautiful hand and a bunch of beautiful photo ops.
Yes.
So still, that is the place to be. Like, that's the place you want to go.
But I'll also just mention another thing with was it 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒃? There is an entrance fee to that as well.
Yep.
So
Separate.
I guess it was like the equivalent of maybe like $3, but you still have to now pay separately if you want those photos. Now, granted, there are a lot of photo ops in this park. By the time we got there, we were kind of just like beat from the day.
We would have went there first. Yeah.
So we did not get a chance to take advantage of everything, but that is exactly where the gold hand with the stairs is located. And there's also more than one there. So we still didn't actually get
the gold hand.
One we were looking for. But we got something.
But it's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah. And 𝗕𝒏𝒂𝒃, honestly, I felt was more photographic overall. Like, it was a very beautiful, like, their whole thing is just, like, very gorgeous.
Absolutely. And I did archery for the first time.
Yes.
So, like,
that has so much to do.
Your admission to the park includes all of the activities within the park.
So much.
So we didn't even know. We just thought, you go there, you take some photos in front of the cool little doors and
you just leave.
You just kind of leave. And it's literally
spent hours there.
You could spend hours, and we did.
We spent hours there. It was really one of the best parts of the trip. It was a great place to be.
Yes, we
purchased the food package, so we was able to buy, like, we got breakfast included with ours because we were there pretty early, but they have breakfast and lunch options, so you can include that in your admission, or you can just patronize the restaurant and bars while you're there.
Yeah.
Bunch of vendors that had, like, food and snacks. it was really a good time.
It really was.
I was impressed.
Exactly. And I was like, again, I didn't really know,
What
I didn't
to
have
expect.
expectations for it other than, all right, I'm going to go here and get this picture. But no, we had a
It was
great
so
time
much
in this
more
park.
than that. It was so much more than just, because that's exactly what I thought. I'm like, we'll go, we'll get the pictures, we'll be here for about an hour. And we were there for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah,
like
4
we were there all
hours.
day.
Yes.
We did a bunch before we even sat down at 8. Then we sat down at 8 and it was the menu was great. The food
And
was
the food was great.
presented very well. It was a
was.
great menu. Like it wasn't just like you're at the park, here's some chicken fingers and fries kind of thing. It was like a very well put together menu. The drinks.
Yeah.
The drinks were so good.
So like after we
Beautiful.
tired ourselves out for 4
my
hours, we said,
gosh.
all right, let's stop at one of these bars.
Because there were multiple bars.
Multiple bars throughout this park. I'm like, whoever did this, they
did-
really
they
thought this
snapped.
through.
You're staying there. Like they keep you there for a few hours. You really don't have the expectation of doing that. But when you're there, it's like, I'm here.
Yes.
And I didn't came up this tuk-tuk because, girl, the ride getting up there. That's why I was mad about the Altamira thing. Because I'm like, y'all could have told me this on ground level. Which is not even ground level. Ground level's not even ground level. Like, we're already in the mountains and volcanoes of Guatemala. And then you send me up this little tuk-tuk up this. And going up wasn't that bad. Coming down now. Coming down wasn't
Sit next
pleasant.
to people you know.
Granted, we was literally in a back of a truck.
Yeah.
So coming up, we were more of in a tuk-tuk. But coming down, we were in the back of a pickup truck. So that could have contributed to the ride a little bit as well.
Rough. It was rough.
But yeah.
Where are you going? When you're going up versus when you're coming down. Just be prepared for that. But when you get up there, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Well worth it. Well worth it. Absolutely.
But to your point, before we move on, the drinks in the bars in the park.
So good.
Presentation. Again, my drink came inside of a barrel.
Yeah.
Inside of a
Like a
skull
skull,
head
yeah.
that was smoked, and it still was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was beautiful presentation. Like, honestly, like we said, we're like just talking expectations. We were just going to get photos.
Yeah.
So for the service and the accommodations and the amenities throughout the property to have been like so well put together, I was like, I wasn't expecting y'all to have these drinks with this beautiful presentation and these beautiful glasses and things. Like, I just was like very, like we were
Like Jasmine
pleasantly
was like,
surprised.
Look at this glassware.
It's the glassware for me. I'm like, okay, glassware. Okay, stemless martini glass. I'm like, y'all ate this up.
Real bad.
Love that. And it's clearly it's a park. So, you think outdoors, you think very like nature like. So it was nice to have those like luxe amenities.
Absolutely.
Amongst being outside in
park.
nature. Yeah. It was nice.
It was a really great experience. I highly, highly recommend it.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Next up.
Antigua.
Yes. So the first half of our day we spent in Hampanega.
Yes.
And then the second half of our day we spent in Antigua.
Yes.
The days were stacked.
Yeah, the days were stacked.
We
It was
were
a beautiful
maximizing our
itinerary.
time.
Yes, loved it.
Go ahead.
Antigua is it the capital of Guatemala?
That I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But it could be.
It's a very popular area.
It
let's
is.
say, an historical area.
It is.
At that. So we did another walking tour where we met with a tour guide that wasn't Jordan. Thank God. And he took us on an amazing tour throughout Antigua. Beautiful city. It was really
Beautiful
gorgeous,
city.
colorful. This is where you see the arch. The arch is located in Antigua, so we got to stop by there. Stop by a bar, which
I was
was
gonna
nice.
say, because honestly, the way that someone takes a smoke break every few hours of their day,
Yeah.
it's the way Jasmine, Ricky, and I take drink breaks.
Yeah, we need a shot.
We will pop into somewhere,
Bar.
bar.
Our tour guides were like, what? We were like,
We're like,
bar.
and then we will continue on.
Drinks, like
Yeah,
cerveza. He like, oh, alcoholics. Got you.
But it worked out. We needed those little boosts of the day. Because the days
Every
were
day
long.
we did
The days
that.
were
It was
long.
so
We had a lot of sightseeing to do, and those little bursts of energy were necessary.
I gotta count how many bar stops we did.
Oh goodness,
we did at least 3 every day.
It was great. But yes, we stopped at a bar on our way between.
Talked to some locals.
That was cool. They
were cool.
And mostly, we stumbled upon the bar because, again, we told you in the last episode, this is rainy season in Guatemala. So rain showers just pop up every now and again. And, sometimes you got to take cover inside of a bar.
Exactly. Quick little 5 minutes, stop raining.
It worked out.
Or until the rock gets
Yes, exactly. It definitely worked out. But we did get caught in the rain a little bit.
Yeah.
We were just singing in the rain. Mary
Just
Poppins.
was what it was, yeah. I mean, again, we knew it was going to be their rainy season. We knew the weather throughout the week was going to be on and off rain. So we kind of prepared for it in a regard.
And dressed accordingly. Yep. Then we were still in Antigua. We went to, was it Casa del Ron?
Yes.
For the rum tasting.
What is it? 𝗂𝗃𝗃 is
𝗂𝗃𝗃
their rum. That's the Guatemalan rum.
The brand, yep, 𝗂𝗃𝗃. And it's really good.
It is really good. It was a great tasting.
It was. And the pairings, if you do the tasting, do add the cheese pairing.
Come on. Y'all know I love a good pairing.
Do it and thank us later.
Yeah, the pairing was great. And it really complemented the cocktails really well. Like usually, I'm just doing a pairing just because I want a little snack. Just being honest. I'm like, I want a little snack with this. But no, it really paired well. The nuts with certain blends, the chocolate, the cheese with certain blends, the citrus with certain blends. I was very impressed.
Yeah, 𝗂𝗃𝗃. Casa del Ron.
Yes, do your 𝗂𝗃𝗃 tasting. And definitely get you some 𝗂𝗃𝗃 while you're in Guatemala, because I think that was one of our first exposures to it throughout the trip. So then after that, we're like, oh, we wanted to go cocktail with 𝗂𝗃𝗃. I went espresso martini with 𝗂𝗃𝗃.
Yes.
So yeah, it's good.
Very, very good. Then from there, the Jade Museum.
Yes, which was so cute.
It was.
We made our way to literally the Museum of Jade in Antigua. It's also a jade shop.
Yes.
So they have things for purchase, but it's literally the history of jade in Guatemala, going through the different types of jade, and what areas they're found in. And then you can also see them literally making cutting it. Which was super cool. It was a really good experience.
It was. And I was just like, oh, I didn't think that this was a thing. Like I didn't really, again, know what to expect. So stumbling upon the Jade Museum and then actually watching watching them work, it was like, wow, this is a really neat experience. And then the ability to purchase items at the end of the tour, and we were looking at the pricing, and it was super reasonable.
Yes.
Very, very reasonable. I'm talking like 30 USD. And usually, I said it to Jazz, usually when you go to different shops like that, they're taxing you. And it's like ridiculously priced, and it's telling you, oh, well, because it came from the core of the earth.
Yes.
And it's like, child, spare me.
It was such a good experience and great prices.
Yes. And I found that with everything in Guatemala. I never found like people were taking advantage of the fact that I was a tourist.
I agree.
I never felt that anything was overpriced or, just doing the most, if you will. Everything felt fair, felt reasonable, and felt like this would be the price you would give everybody.
Yeah, I agree. It was really good pricing. Like for food, for the Ubers, just across the board, it was very fairly priced.
Agreed.
So was that our last thing for that day?
And then we went to dinner. But you go back to the previous episode.
Go back to the previous episode. Yeah, we went to dinner. Literally right after.
𝗂𝗃𝒃.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a time.
So good.
Crazy that we had such a good dinner after such a long day.
I know.
It was like such a long day.
I know, but we going back to
made it happen.
Yes.
We made it happen.
You only got 5 days.
Yes.
It really is 4.
Exactly. We made it do what it did.
We did.
So on our third day, we went to the lake. Lake Adeline.
Child, we had to meet the car at 5:30.
Oh my God, yeah.
a.m.
I was knocked out in that ride.
So if you are not staying on the lake, you best get prepared for an early start to your day. Because if you're staying in Guatemala City, you're looking at approximately a 3-hour drive to the lake.
Yep.
And if you're staying in Antigua, then you're looking at approximately 2 hours to 2.5 hours.
Yes.
So, baby, get up. You're going to be up early.
Exactly. And some people stay on the lake. So if you're driving from the airport to the lake, it could possibly be like 3.5, 4 hours.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's definitely a drive. Regardless of where you're coming from, once you get over to the lake, we stopped at the restaurant for breakfast because again, it was the full 3 hours, maybe a little more. So definitely hungry.
Yes.
So we stopped for a traditional Guatemalan breakfast at a restaurant which sits right on the lakeside, which was dope. And then you board one of the speedboats, and you make your way to one of the different cities on the lake.
Yeah. And so we'll go through like just kind of the experience that we had for the day. But I will say this is a tour or package that you can purchase, which includes your breakfast to start the day because they recognize that the day is early, includes the 3 stops on the islands that we'll talk about, and then, your transportation via the speedboat. So it's an experience. It's a day trip, if you will.
A full day trip. Yeah, it's a full day
trip. And you
would
want to get one that possibly includes your transportation from
your accommodations
to the lake and back. But this is an experience that you could purchase.
Yes. So our first stop
island
was San Juan.
San Juan, yes.
San Juan, Guatemala, which I think was the second was the smallest.
Yeah.
But they all were like on average maybe like 20,000 people.
Yeah.
In each city.
Now, I really enjoyed San Juan because it was just such a colorful island. Like
beautiful.
So like all the streets were painted and rainbows and it just was so beautiful.
Yeah. It was very colorful.
So great for photos. One thing we learned throughout the week as we were in this rainy season is that the sun is shining bright in the mornings, and then once you kind of cross over into the afternoon, you're seeing more of the clouds.
Yeah.
So if you're a person who's like, I need my content,
the start of the day.
The start of the day. The start of the day is when you're going to get your sunshine.
Yep.
And I noticed that.
Sunshine.
Yeah, and I noticed that when we were in San Juan.
Yeah, as soon as we got there, it was just gorgeous. Weather was perfect.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was so colorful. Is that where we did we did a few things on San Juan, actually.
Yes.
So we did the chocolate. Which was basically like a chocolate class where they explained how chocolate went from the plant to all of the things that they utilize it for, which was so many things. I've never seen chocolate be used for so many things.
Didn't even know.
They are very smart. Yeah. They use chocolate.
That got cacao in it?
Yes. And I think it is exclusive to like what is like the Mayan people of Guatemala or whatever, but they used it for so many things. Shampoo, soap,
everything,
rum, like
everything.
I was very impressed.
They probably had it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
that was.
But
really
it was also cool.
It was cool. Wow, it was dope to see. Yeah, because we've obviously taken chocolate classes and things like that in different countries. So I was impressed to see how many different usages they had for the cocoa plant.
They definitely was on some utilize your resources.
Absolutely.
Not waste.
Waste. And that's the thing. Chocolate goes through so many different phases that it does get wasted throughout, because we don't use this for this, or, we have to get to this point. But they're like, no, we're going to find something to use this for.
To maximize each stage of the process.
Yeah, it was really dope.
Which was really dope. And of course, you could purchase all types of things there as well. So that was neat. Then from there, we went to I can't remember exactly what the place was called, but the textile shop.
Yeah.
Yes, and that I particularly enjoyed.
It was so cool.
Where we got to actually see the process of a piece of cotton turning into thread, then turning into clothing, and being dyed in the process.
Yes.
Like, it was great.
Yeah, it was so
great.
Cool. Yeah.
So great. I bought something. And I'm like, I have a unique piece.
Yeah, we always like, we actually need to buy a little Guatemalan piece because it was, again, dope to see the process of how they create their clothing. It was and how colorful it is, and going through the different natural dyes, dyeing from different fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
I'm like, how do you get this color from a carrot?
Like, everything was natural.
Yeah.
So cool.
Decent.
If y'all know me, I don't buy anything.
Yes.
So it had to really move me. Because I'm like,
it was a good piece. It was.
It's a great piece.
Really
I'm
cute.
obsessed.
Yeah. So
go on my story or go on my Instagram. Y'all can see it.
Yeah.
Because it's cute.
I'm trying to think. Did we do anything else on San Juan? Drink.
I feel like we did one more thing.
No, I think that was on the third island, Santiago, when we did the other class.
Oh, that was okay. All right. So 2 classes on there, and then
because there was another class, but we was like, we're
like,
going to drink.
that's right, because he said something about the bees, and we said the drinks.
Yeah, so we went to the bar. So we went to the bar, got some drinks, and that's how we ended our time on San Juan. Then we got some to-go drinks.
Yes.
And I don't even remember the name of those, but it was like a Guatemalan, kind of like their flavored rum type of cocktail.
Jasmine and Ricky kept saying it was a Guatemalan Mad
Dog.
Dog.
If y'all know Mad Dog 2020.
And I don't. Like, I know the brand, but I have not
If y'all
had
know Mad
one.
Dog 2020, it literally was like Mad Dog 2020, like 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗃 type vibes, but the Guatemalan version in flavor. But you know how y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so we got some of those to go, and then we headed back to the speedboat for our second city, town island, which is
Santiago?
San Pedro.
Yes.
Which was the smallest one, if I'm not mistaken.
I really thought it was the cutest.
We needed more time there.
Yes.
I not get because it's the smallest that they allocated, because again, it's a full day trip. They allocated the shortest amount of time. But like, we did not get enough time there. It's like, it felt like we stepped on the island.
And I think it was also because the boat was late. So it was like, all right, we got to keep this
that's
going
true.
to
Our
stay
boat
on
was
time.
you're right. Yep, that's true. So it probably cut out like 20, 30 minutes because we did wait an extra like hour.
But still. It was
So we just went
really
to the bar. We went straight to the bar.
Not past go.
My favorite bar, though. Honestly, favorite bars while there. I wish we had more time there to like eat and like get more drinks. We had this like frozen pineapple tequila mint type of thing.
Jasmine was obsessed.
It was so good. It's like my favorite drink in Guatemala. So I really wish we had more time at San Pedro. It was a cute little town.
And also, it was like all of the restaurants and all of the bars were facing the lake.
Yep.
And it was
So
unobstructed views, which truly just made for an even better atmosphere as you're just kind of
so cute.
hanging out with friends, talking about your experience. And their food looked great. We didn't get a chance to experience the food, but we met this couple from Florida who said that they've been there before and that the food was wonderful. So
it looked good.
We got somebody to vouch as an American with American taste buds that it was good.
And it looked good. It did.
Look
the menu
great.
sound good. That drink, like for it to have been like the signature drink or whatever, I'm like, y'all snap with this. So really wish we had more time on San Pedro.
I know. But we made it count.
Yeah, it was a good time.
We made it count. And then from there, we went to our third and final stop.
Yes. Santiago. Yep.
Which was the largest island, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Largest. And for sure, it felt the largest.
Yeah.
Like we saw schools, churches.
Yes.
Like it was children out playing. It like felt way more busy.
And then they had like this huge marketplace area as well, where I was like, okay, there's a lot of people and a lot of things.
It was a lot going on. It like it felt
happening
like,
on this island.
It felt like
your girls of 𝗕𝗏𝒃𝒄 Sexy. Before we jump into today's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
And make sure that you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at 𝗕𝗏𝒃𝒄 Sexy.
And of course, if you have a product or service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of 𝗕𝗏𝒃𝒄 Sexy, shoot us an email at info@𝗕𝗏𝒃𝒄sexy.com.
Now let's get back into the episode.
Yeah, but it was, again, another beautiful island. And you can tell it was rich in history, like for sure.
Definitely.
But also rich in multiple people that trying to sell you something.
Oh,
at every
yes,
given
they
moment
got
of
me.
the day. Jasmine, I kept
At this
telling
point, I stopped at so many bars. Relax.
No, I'm not giving her that.
I'm like, you can take it.
Listen.
I was supposed to get an ashtray. That's what was my goal, was to
gosh.
get an ashtray for my mom. I always try to get her ashtrays from like different countries. And I didn't get an ashtray. I don't even know what I got. They just gave me whatever they wanted to give me.
Dog, Jasmine is officially my sucker
I should have bought it
my
here to
sucker
show
friend
y'all.
on travel. Because I kept saying, you don't need it. Let the people be. They'll be fine.
They came all the way from the start to the finish. They came all the way to the boat.
She said,
and that's
my name
where
is
she got me.
Veronica. I will see you on your way back.
That's where she got me.
And she did. And she came all the way up to the boat, like sticking hand through the boat, like, Jasmine, look. And I was like, Jasmine, don't look.
And that's not what I bought. I gave her money for something else, and she gave me something else. And I was like, okay. And I think I bought a salt shaker. I don't know. I really don't know.
I didn't even look to see.
I have no idea
was just
what it
sitting there
is.
shaking my head like, how did you get got?
And it's crazy. That is the only souvenir I got the whole trip. I had so much fun. I didn't buy anything. And I was like, dang, I would have bought some coffee. I would have like spent time at a shop for souvenirs. And I'm like, the one time I got, I bought a salt shaker. But,
I'm sorry to laugh at you, friend, but
I had a
was
great
like,
time at Santiago.
What is happening?
It's that Guatemalan mad dog.
Yo, at this, it had her, and then the people got her.
I was vibing at that point.
Yes, we did have a good time on that.
Great
On
time.
that,
yeah,
that was just riding around,
and it was the last one at that time. It was just like everything was great.
Riding around in the tuk-tuk, hanging out, stopping, giving. Jasmine gave her leftover food to
Little
people.
Guatemalan
like
baby.
she met her Guatemalan son.
I'm gonna find a baby.
It was a really fun time on that island, and actually a great way to end like that day.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a really good.
So that was our Lake Atalan experience. 3
Yeah.
islands, breakfast included, transportation. It was a long day.
Yeah, that was the day that y'all chose to go out, and I was like, I'm going to not.
I don't even know how we did that, but I really just was like, I need food.
Yeah, because that was also the 5:30 day. I was like, yeah, no.
And I don't know how I did it.
Netflix for me.
But we had to go out. I mean, granted, we went out, we ate, and we came back. We didn't do like a whole 1 too, but I needed food.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I don't get food today, I'm going to be mean tomorrow.
Yep. Look, okay.
So let me get some food. It's still a reasonable hour. Let me eat.
And we had an early start the next day as well.
Day 4, let's get into it.
The best day, in my opinion. In my opinion.
If y'all know Ricky, he always say, last day, make it count.
Yes. Okay.
So day 4 is our last full day. So our motto all day, last day, make it count.
We made it count.
And I believe we made it count.
Yes.
All right. So we started the day at Jasmine's bucket list item.
Yes.
I didn't really even know it probably was mine too, but I was rocking
gosh.
out. And we horseback rode up 𝗂𝒃𝒗𝒄𝒃 volcano.
Yes, an active volcano in Guatemala.
That was really cool.
So it is an active volcano. It actually recently erupted in 2021.
Yeah.
But again, one of my bucket list things.
Like heavy on the eruption.
Yeah, when we
saw
got
the
up there, we
photos.
saw it was like, yeah, it was bad.
It was
and we saw the
crazy.
part that was affected, like when we got there firsthand. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, crazy.
This is my second active volcano I've climbed, hiked, went up. I'm done. So that will probably be the last one.
So
I was like,
you ain't been to El Salvador yet.
I think I'm done. And I got pizza, got roasted marshmallows, got horseback ride. We really got a full experience out this time. And I'm like, I don't need to hike no more active volcanoes because it'll be just my luck. I think I'm done. Last active volcano made it worth its while.
Yes.
I got the pizza. Like, they make pizza in this volcano. That's how you know it's hot.
Yeah.
Volcano is on fire.
And the pizza was fast.
The pizza was good.
And it was very good. Like, we
pizza
had a
was
half and half
good.
situation.
Oh my
like it was
gosh.
They took orders. Like, it was like, what do you want
and they
on
had
your
a
pizza?
little menu, bruschetta,
Yes.
pepperoni,
Literally, veggies only.
different options. Like, okay, come on, 3 cheeses. He was up there snapping. He had mozzarella. He had like a little Kobe Jack
was
blend
so
or something
cool.
like that.
That
then
was
he topped
so
it with some
cool.
parm. I said, okay.
He was cooking.
He had the
was
seasonings,
cooking. He was-
oregano, Italian seasoning, red pepper flakes.
He was cooking. Literally, you're cooking on a volcano.
It was crazy.
In the middle of Guatemala.
Yeah.
It just was like, what is happening really?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the pizza was gonna be whatever, and I was still gonna be fine with that. Like,
We
you
was still
know,
gonna
you
get the
made
pics.
pizza in a volcano. Like, let's take a bite. But I'm like, no, this was actually really good pizza. Like,
I highly recommend
it was
getting the
great,
veggies.
great pizza.
The red onion was so good.
Yeah, the pizza was so good. I'm like, actually, we'll go back for pizza.
Yes, it was good.
And then we got a little dessert and got to roast marshmallows over the active volcano.
Yeah, man. And
was
it
cool.
It was hot.
It's hot as hell. Yeah, I was like,
I tried. I kept like trying to.
Right, we
I
give
was
it to our
I
tour
don't wanna
guide.
get
You do it.
too close
because God forbid
this
you get
is
burned.
hot.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to get burned by an active volcano.
Absolutely not. That feels like that's gonna be a scar that never goes away.
Yeah,
I don't want it.
but everything was good. The pizza, the marshmallows, the experience,
The horseback riding
was
the mountain and back down as
Yeah.
well. Like that,
Yeah.
horseback riding in itself is an experience. So
Absolutely.
then being able to do that in addition to the volcano pizza and the volcano marshmallows, like
Yeah, I would
was
never
so
hike.
great.
I would never hike. So
Yeah,
shout out
because
to the horses.
people hike it. and they said it takes 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like,
with the horse, what, maybe like
45 minutes?
Yeah. And it definitely was a good venture up, because you have to get to a certain point to where the volcano is warm enough to operate like that. But it wasn't as long as I thought, because they had me scared. I thought it was going to be 3 hours to even get up there on a horse. So it was good.
It was great.
Checked
Please
off my list.
Do it. And they said you can go further up, but we was like,
Yeah, he's like, you want to go
we
up?
came for the pizza. The pizza's right here. We good.
I actually heard that is like a hack. A faster way down is if you go a little further up, and I think the way down from that side is a smoother ride down. I heard, or like, I guess like a faster straight shoot down.
Okay.
I think I heard someone's review of that.
I wonder if that is for walking versus the horse though.
Yeah, you're actually right. I think
the
it
horse
was walking, because I think they had to like
path.
slide down. The girls was like sliding down. Yeah, you're right. I think it was for the walking, for the hike. But yeah,
not walking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
But
back.
y'all got that.
Walking.
Get your steps in. Go ahead now.
I did that the first time, and I'm like, oh, we got a horse option. Let's do that.
Please and
Let's
thank
do
you.
That. Yeah, because I'm like, I'm all for saying I did it, but Mama is tired. And the altitude, the air change up here.
Yeah. Well, speaking of tired and just being like, all right, we done wore ourselves out all week with all of these things to do that we just told you. So our last activity of the day was a spa day.
Yes, we love a good spa day.
We
on vacation.
do. And more importantly, we loved finding out that this spa even existed.
This was a cute spa.
And being like, oh my gosh, this is such a great little gym.
It's a really nice spa.
So the spa was 𝗬𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂, something like that. 𝗬𝗂𝗂 Spa, but it was located at the Santa Teresa or Sarita Hotel.
Yes.
So it was like, this hotel is beautiful grounds, by the
Yes.
way, of this hotel. And then within the hotel is this spa.
And it's a huge spa area.
Huge spa. And it's like, you would never know that this is back here.
Yeah, it was that also Zone 10?
No, it couldn't have been, because it took us almost 2 hours to get
We were
back.
in like rush hour though. That's why I'm like, I don't think the ride was that long. I think it was the ride was that long, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But either
I'm
way,
not sure.
we'll put it in the show notes what zone the spa was in. I'm not 100% sure. It might have been 14. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff.
Okay.
But again, it was a 2 hour drive back to our hotel in Zone 1. But that spa was beautiful.
It
We also
truly
caught some
was.
rain at the spa.
We did, but I mean, we caught rain coming back
Everywhere.
down from the volcano.
Yes,
We
we
was on
caught
the
rain
horses
everywhere.
Like, well, this is
Yes,
happening.
so please do your research, because like everyone is not going to enjoy that. And like
we were fine.
But like if you are like trying to be cute and you're like, yeah, just check the weather.
Yeah. Well, watch my story, because I told you. I said in the story, I really want to put my sandals on, but I got to keep my sneakers on.
Yeah.
Because
People were replying to my story like, I've never seen you in sneakers this much.
yeah, and then you need them.
It is a sneaker destination.
You need them,
Yeah.
especially when it's raining. But the spa, so first of all, the services the spa day included access to the hydrotherapy, so a bunch of like the pools, the circuit. If you're familiar with hydrotherapy, the hot, the cold plunges, all of that. Also included a smoothie, which was like a
Delicious.
fresh fruit smoothie, absolutely
Yes.
delicious. And then it also included a 60-minute massage. And all of that, as
my
well
gosh.
as, robe, locker, like all the amenities inside.
Restaurant access.
Restaurant access, but the restaurant food wasn't included, but very inexpensive. But all of that for $60 a person.
$60, 60 USD.
60 USD. That is your service. Your
Yeah.
spa, your 60-minute
That's
massage.
like an entry fee to a spa
With
like that.
all the-
Yeah.
So if nothing else, your dollar will go very far in
Absolutely,
Guatemala.
yeah. That $60 was well worth it. Like the pools, having access to the grounds was worth that value.
Yes.
But then a 60-minute massage, and they gave us facial
Yes,
as
that's
well.
right. Yep.
And
Massage and the facial.
yeah, tea inside the spa. Like it just was very a great accommodation.
It was.
nice.
And this place was truly gorgeous. Like it was, y'all know I love greenery and lush and
Very
aesthetics.
lush.
And I'm like, where do I take my next photo? Like everything was just like this. photos.
It was
I can't.
so good.
But I also got to relax.
I know, right? I'm like, let me take these pictures so I can actually relax.
Yes. So that was a beautiful way to kind of just wrap up our entire week.
Yeah.
At the spa. And then we took this 2-hour Uber ride back. Child.
Lord.
Cause Lord.
That was not a good transition from the spa.
Spa to
I'm like,
the
I hate
Uber.
stuff like that. I'm like, man, we just had this nice relaxing time. Now you want to make me sit in traffic for 2 hours and piss me off. That's crazy.
But we made it back.
Made it back.
And then we got our lives together.
And went to dinner.
And went to Sublime for dinner.
Yeah, so definitely go back to our previous episode and listen to the restaurants, because the dining experiences in Guatemala,
they did what they were
supposed to do.
Absolutely.
We was super lit that day. And it's crazy because now that we're talking about it, I don't understand what happened. Because we went from the spa. It was a 2-hour ride.
No,
the 2-hour ride pissed us off. So once we got back, we started drinking. That's what happened. Because we thought, okay, we'll leave the spa. We made dinner reservations. We were like, we'll have time to get back.
Yes.
Shower, chill, get ready for dinner. So the 2 hours is just like nix it. So we're like in the car all kind of like, okay, I guess we just got to keep it going.
Yeah.
Guess we like after this long day of hiking up a mountain and horseback riding and being at the spa in the rain, we are like, okay. So we got straight into the apartment and I went straight to the bottle.
You and Ricky.
Straight to the bottle. Because I will go to sleep. Y'all know me. I will go to sleep. I could end the trip right here. We could wrap it up for me. I had a great time. I will see y'all at the airport. I could have literally ended it right there and been like, this was a wonderful trip. I'm going to Uber Eats and I'll see y'all in the morning.
Child,
So I was like, all right, I'm going to make an
go.
executive decision to go straight to the tequila. Came in, got drunk. It's like, all right, let's get dressed.
Oh my God.
And that's where things went downhill. Because we also drank 2 full bottles of tequila during this duration on top of all the bar stops. We're alcoholics. No! And I always be like, I don't even drink like that.
You definitely say
this
that all
trip,
the time.
I can't even say that because we was drinking.
We made a reel of like
so many cheers.
All of our cheers.
So many cheers. Too many cheers. It will not fit into one
And it was so
piece
great.
of content.
But it never felt like I'm toe up.
Oh, no.
It never was. It just was like, all right, and now we've been doing sightseeing for 3 hours, and now
walking
here's
around.
a
We were
drink
super
break.
active,
and now
too.
we're, it was
We
never
moved
like
around so much. It was impossible to
pounding
feel like
them.
we're just getting too drunk.
never gave that. But yeah. So by the time we got to Sublime, we were all just kind of like, hey
y'all. And it's crazy because it's such a fancy restaurant, and like they were great. But I was like looking back on it, I was like, wow, we were drunk.
But we were poised. It wasn't like sloppy.
Yeah, no, not sloppy at all. But just like as we went through introductions, the chef came out and introduced himself. Like again, the master of the restaurant was like super, like spent time speaking with us, and I was like, yeah, we was lit from the beginning. So I know our server was like, all right.
No, I feel like there was a fresh little
breath of fresh air for sure. The energy, our energy. It was definitely a good energy to end their night on.
Yes, we were just high vibes.
But yeah,
we
were
excited
lit.
to
Did
be
we take
there.
shots? I think we took shots before we left the restaurant.
I don't know. I remember I was on the phone with Kyrie, and we all were in the background like another one, and I was like, no.
I feel like we took shots because I know we had espresso martinis to start because we're like we're tired. But we got to keep getting drunk and having fun. So espresso martinis it is. And then we enjoyed dinner. And then we said, we gotta end Guatemala with a bang.
We got to go to the Scrub Club.
Come on.
The Scrub Club.
Come on. We did our research. We was reading reviews. Like, which strip club is the strip club in Guatemala?
And shout out to the man who left a very detailed review.
Very detailed.
Of the strip club that we chose.
Very detailed.
Because, I personally am like, someone could think, why would you leave a review about a strip club?
Yeah, no, he killed it.
For me, I thought it was perfection.
It was a perfect review, and he got us in there.
Exactly. So thank you so much, sir. Mm-hmm. that was like,
he was just like,
this is a great review.
Yeah, he was like, he said everything we needed to know.
Exactly.
And what was the strip club? Lay Club Evolution.
So the Evolution Club?
I guess the Evolution Club.
Yes.
So we went there after dinner, and there was, I want to say 120 queue
Oh, 𝗕𝗄𝒃.
Yeah.
The entry. Yeah.
Which was like that, and it came with a drink. So it was kind of like a maybe $15, $20 USD type of thing. And it came with a drink. Yeah. So it made sense. Yeah. So I thought that was fair, but that is worth mentioning because I didn't know that we was going to have to pay to get in, but that makes sense.
Yeah. But at least, I guess you get something for your pay.
Exactly. So it was just like purchasing your first drink, but at the door.
Exactly.
That's literally what it was. And they just came over and pretty much, cashed you out. Or if you wanted to open a tab, you could.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that definitely. It would make sense. But I really thought the service in there was great. Like,
it was amazing.
I know. I'm like, I don't know if that's the normal
Shout
or
out
if that
to
was
Edgar.
just... Like, he was basically like our personal assistant.
Concierge.
Our personal concierge. Exactly. The whole time we were in there. Like, whatever we needed from whoever we needed it from.
Y'all need anything else? Go get the serve. Like, I just go get dancers. I'm like, Edgar, you're great at your job.
He was so great. Yeah. So I was just like, we were in there vibing.
Yeah.
The vibes were cool. The actual club itself was nice.
It was.
The section we were in was just like tufted couch. And it was nice. Like, it was back to the point of the guy who left the Google review.
He killed it.
You killed it, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Now, what I will say, Guatemalan strip clubs are very interesting. For one, they do not work for tips. So that was interesting because, like, obviously, American strip clubs are very much like make it rain. Like, that's what we know. That's what we associate with strip clubs. So the fact that they didn't work for tips was, like, interesting because, like, they're dancing, they're working a room, but they're not, like, money hungry. No. And he mentioned that in his review, but I was like, this is their job. But no, to see it in real time was like, oh, wow. Y'all don't want no money. Y'all just vibing.
Yeah.
So I guess the structure of how they allocate their funds at the end of the night is different, whether it cover, drink, bar, however it works, private rooms.
They work for that private room.
Yeah, but they don't work for tips. So it was interesting to see that they're
so
not
you really
working.
could just go there and hang out.
Just hang out. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people, it made me feel weird because I'm like, these guys just chilling, give them money.
Right.
But that's the culture there. It's just like they just come chill, have a few drinks, and if they decide to do something else, they do. If not, they don't. And it's no pressure. And I was like,
no pressure.
That's kind of cool.
The no pressure part was definitely cool.
It really is like just entertainment.
I feel like I got it. I'm like,
exactly.
We had the money on the table, and we like, all right,
that's what we're used to. But it was nice. It was like no pressure. Like, it's really just a fun zone. So interesting, and I think totally worth experiencing.
I would agree. Absolutely would agree. Ah, Guatemala.
Guatemala has my heart.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
Definitely.
We really had so much fun.
One of the best trips ever.
Oh, dang.
For sure.
I don't know. Colombia's still up there.
Colombia is still up there. Panama is still up there for me. But Guatemala is making its way up there. Like,
I think it's ranked.
Yeah.
It has ranked. All right. Favorite thing about Guatemala?
Okay. Now, this is tough because, like, obviously I did all the things I wanted to do in Guatemala.
You did.
And I would love to lead with the volcano.
Dang.
But that is not my answer.
Oh, okay.
My answer is sticking to very Jasmine-esque, the fine dining.
Yes.
Really completely. Like, I knew what to expect with all the other experiences. Like, I knew what I was going for. I had it planned out. But firstly, we did not plan to go to those places.
We didn't.
So the fact that we stumbled upon all of these wonderful places, like the dining in general was awesome. The Guatemala, like the local cuisine and everything was amazing. But the fine dining experiences exceeded my expectations.
Sublime and Casa
like
Escobar.
More than ever. Like, I was not expecting those type of dining experiences. So those dining experiences did it for me.
It's a great answer because they truly were memorable.
Yes, like they up there with like my best dining experiences.
Like, we
both
can add
of them
in some of the talks with
for sure
Harry's and our ones that we love in Mexico.
Honestly, they topped them. Not gonna lie, Rosa Negra Group. Y'all might want to go over to Guatemala and do some research because Rosa Negra Group is one of my favorite when it comes to an experience.
Yeah,
but. They might have to go to Guatemala, do some research.
Really good answer. Very, very true. Mine is definitely the volcano. Yeah, I mean the food was right up there with it.
Yeah.
So we the same person. So we basically got the same two.
The volcano, exactly. I'm like, obviously my second.
But that was just
so cool.
Again, I didn't know. I'm not like a person. I don't scroll TikTok a lot unless I want to answer a question. So I really didn't see much about it. I knew it existed, but I didn't know what the experience was going to be like. I love horses. So that already was like, I was on a high because I get to ride the horse up the mountain. Then getting up there and enjoying pizza, which I love pizza. And then it had the nerve to be good.
Great.
And then I get marshmallows. And then I get great photos. Like, and I look cute. It's just, it was just so great.
It was
like,
great.
𝗂𝒃𝒗𝒄𝒃𝒃𝒃𝒃𝒃𝒃𝒃𝒃𝒃𝒃𝒃𝒃𝒃𝒃
volcano.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
That was it's best experience, but y'all know I'm greedy, so just got to be true to myself.
I loved it so bad, so bad. Oh man. All right. Because I feel like literally we're not gonna give another episode, but we could
do a whole nother episode on Guatemala.
Why are we still talking about Guatemala? So
Guatemala has to be on your list right now. It might have not been 2 weeks ago, but today Guatemala
baby,
is definitely top 5 on your travel list. And I'm not asking, I'm telling you.
And so that we can help you get there. Or if you didn't know, but now you know today. Jasmine and I are both a part of Travel Goddess International, which is a full-service travel agency that can assist with bringing your next Guatemala experience to life.
Exactly. So whether you're going to Guatemala, which you are, or anywhere, we got you covered. Visit us at travelgoddessintl.com and we will get you on your way.
All right. And with that, it is time for the travel deal of the week. All right, y'all. It's only right. It's only right that we do what we do. So the travel deal of the week is a 5-day, 5-night trip to Guatemala.
Okay.
Because come on, y'all need to be there. Mid-November, Thursday to Tuesday, with round-trip flights via American Airlines, flying out of Philadelphia International Airport, PHL. 3.5 hour layovers both ways, and staying at 4-star hotel accommodations. Our hotel, the Vivotel Boutique Hotel. The reason it is 5 days and 5 nights is because you get in a little bit later.
In the evening, yeah.
Get in the evening, so you got that night, and then you still got your 5 days. All of that, $5.99 per person.
Come on,
5 days and 5 nights?
Yes.
A 5-night stay? $5.99? Just make it make sense and go.
And it falls over a weekend.
Yep, just go. Literally,
awesome.
Thursday to Tuesday. So
we love a good fall over weekend.
PTO.
Yeah, because we were there Sunday
to Thursday.
So we missed the fun days, which we
the weekend times.
Yeah, so if you want to be there for Friday and Saturday, you get to really enjoy those restaurants. The nightlife is probably popping on a Friday.
Yeah, so I mean, if you learn nothing from this episode, it's that you should be in Guatemala.
Okay, and you should be a premium member because
a premium membership is required. To access this deal, but baby, $5.99 for your whole experience in Guatemala.
It's worth it.
Oh my gosh, is it worth it?
It's well worth it.
It's well worth it. We just told you for 2 episodes why.
And we can go on and on. And
we
on,
really
actually.
could. We just was like, all right, let's make this make sense time-wise.
Yeah.
But we could. So definitely consider this. And of course, visit our website, view the details of this deal. We'll become a member first, then view the details of this deal or any of our offers, because you need to be outside. The year is almost over and you probably still got stuff on your bucket list.
Okay.
Get outside.
Dang, the year is almost over.
It is. But with that being said, it's time to get brunchy.
We did not get brunch in Guatemala. However, I guess technically we did at 𝗕𝗄𝗃𝗃.
Technically, yes.
It was
all we was
giving
missing
brunch.
was a bottomless.
A little mimosa, which
Yeah,
we could have went and got a cocktail from one of the vendors. See, we not alcoholics. Because real alcoholics would have went and got a drink with
would have figured it out,
with
right?
that Benedict, I would have had a little mimosa.
Exactly.
But I digress. It is time to get brunchy.
Yes.
So this week's brunch abroad, I am taking it back to Cabo, where I spent my birthday this year. Cabo was so lit. I know Tosh told me, but and that was also on my list this year. Y'all know I'm like, I gotta go to Cabo. I didn't make it to this place, unfortunately, because another jam-packed itinerary. But 𝗏 Beach Club, SUR, they look like they definitely have a brunch menu, and the menu looks amazing. It was on my list. I wanted to go actually on my birthday. It's a everyday brunch breakfast menu. But again, I just didn't have the time. So I'll go next time I'm in Cabo.
Period.
But it looks really good. It's a beach club, gorgeous beach club.
Sure, I've heard of it.
Yeah, and the food looks amazing. And they got mimosas. So.
Oh, man. Gotta get back to Cabo.
Yeah, Cabo, Guatemala, both like
The
birthday season has been
the birthday season
overwhelmingly lit. Like,
Listen,
jeez.
if it's one thing your favorites at TFS is gonna do, it's our birthday season.
Okay, because we're going to go outside for
Yeah,
the
but
birthday.
real bad, okay?
Birthday season is just like really taking me out.
And that's on period. All right. Last but not least, question of the day. Question of the day, Jasmine. What's the most surprising thing that you've learned from your travels?
Always an in-airport thing. Because people never cease to amaze me in the airport. I'm always surprised.
Bless their hearts.
It is always just the activities of how people are when it comes to boarding and deplaning. Because it's like, obviously, this is none of our first rodeo. And even for the people who it is your first rodeo, I'm just always surprised.
I'm not surprised any longer because I just think people are dumb. I'm sorry. Like, it just is what it is. Like, they tell you all the same things over the loudspeaker.
Like,
why are you not listening? They say stay in your seat. They say board when your group is called. They say everything. So the only logical explanation is dumb. I don't know what else. I don't know what else there could be.
I'm always flabbergasted.
Make it make sense.
Dumb. I'm dead.
For me,
Most surprising for you.
you know, honestly, and like not to like be all like emotional, but like the most surprising thing that I have learned in my travels is that we are different, but we are very much all the same.
Oh, yeah.
And like, and I think about that even just being transparent in an election year currently. And it's like one side of the campaign is seeking to divide and showcase where the differences occur. Another side is seeking to unite and showcase how we're all the same. And the reality of it is that's really the world. Like, and I love when I go to places and I get to interact with someone, and it's funny because I used to always like somehow, some way find a person who I just connected with.
And
And we
culture.
just had a conversation, and I just felt so enlightened all over again. And that is always just something I look forward to in my travels, where I'm like, yeah, we speak a different language. Or
We have completely different cultures.
completely different cultures, completely different backgrounds, but like we have common ground somewhere, somehow. And honestly, I remember like when I first started traveling, that really feeling surprising because you watch the TV
and
or
you think
listen
of how
to stuff.
different things are. That's just what we're taught, especially as Americans. Like we're just taught
Exactly.
that we're like the differences.
But the more you travel, the more you realize we really are the same. We
especially
all,
after them fine dining experiences, I said, "Oh, everybody likes nice things.
okay.
It's not just me."
And the most of the time when people like that with the fine experiences, we got to talk and meet the chef. And he said he studied in Chicago. Like, people are coming from different parts of the world. He's from Guatemala. He went to Chicago, got the skills, and brought it back to Guatemala to bring us this incredible restaurant.
Yes.
That is the world. The world is one big old melting pot. It is. And we just are in it. And so we should be enjoying it. So that means booking the vacation, using the PTO,
seeing the world,
going outside, and stop worrying about what's happening tomorrow because it's going to be there.
Yep.
Today is today. Just enjoy it. I'm
Oh,
off my soapbox. I'm off of it. But that really was how I felt leaving Guatemala.
Yeah.
And it just reminded me.
It's refreshing.
It just reminded me once again, like, we all outside. We all in different lives. We're all doing different things. We all got bills.
We are the world.
We are the world. Like, we all got stuff. But we all the same.
Cue We Are the World.
Cue it up.
Can y'all add that in there?
Oh, well, what's the most surprising thing that you guys have discovered during your travels? Drop it in the comments. Let us know. Let us know if you agree or disagree with some of our surprising things. And child, definitely let us know if you be on them airplanes acting crazy, because I really don't want to think that our TFS listeners are dumb. But
Just
baby,
don't let us know.
I don't know.
Keep that one to yourself.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the episode on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at 𝗕𝗏𝒊𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒄. I know we've been on a hiatus, but the girls is back.
Period. And of course, if you have a product or a service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of TFS, shoot us an email, info@𝗕𝗏𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒄.com.
Period.
Last but not least,
Reviews.
Yes.
Leave us reviews. It's been a minute. I haven't gotten any new ones. So, like, if y'all want to just tell us that y'all missed us, that would be nice, too.
I know. Like, Miley, what's good? I know y'all got stuff to say.
More importantly, let us know what y'all want to hear about. So,
Yes.
whether it's in a review or in an email, let us know if there's any destinations, any topics, any travel tea that y'all want to hear specifically. And we got y'all.
That way we can curate episodes that you continue to love.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right, Guatemala.
Yeah.
We did that. We did that.
Two-parter. We knew that was going to happen, though. Very, very in-depth trip.
But it was great.
Hopefully you want to go to Guatemala now.
And hopefully we'll get you there. All right.
Period.
Don't forget, visit our website, travelguidesintl.com. Submit your consultation so that we can plan your trip to Guatemala.
Period.
All righty. I think that's our episode.
See y'all next week.
Till next time. Bye.